session. And the precise language for that, Diane, is as follows. Matters leading to the removal removal or hiring of a particular person or corporation. Let's see here. It's going to take me just a second to make sure I have everything out of here that I need. So, let's see, I did talk to Janice and asked her to correct that one resolution. So Diane, thanks. You gave that to everyone, right? Okay. And that is the resolution for the on-site employee testing. Somehow, I think Jan thought that it started today, but it's really effective January 1 of 2020 through December 31 of 2020. So that slight modification to that. We have good news. The CSEA White Collar did vote to approve the settlement memorandum that had been approved by the negotiating teams back last month in November. They had another vote and today, and they did approve it. So I have a suspended resolution on tonight to approve that White Collar. And did each of the board members, Diane, you and Kevin, I copied you in on it, and Scott also, and board members, did you have a chance to look at the settlement memorandum? Okay, is everybody good with it? Okay, Ron?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And let's see here. So we will be doing that as a suspended tonight. Let's see here. Let me just go through. Okay. And also, I had a number of conversations with Dave Brown. You all know that he had decided to retire, and his last day of work was to be on Friday. After a great deal of conversation with him, my concern was that, I wanted to make sure that we have a smooth transition into the new administration. There are quite a number of things that need to get done between today and December 31st. Not among the least certifying the tax rolls. So, which is cumbersome. Not that I couldn't do it, but I also had my own work to do too. So that was, weighing on my mind all of the things that we need to get done to close out 2019. So this morning I filed with the town clerk a letter indicating that Dave Brown has been reappointed effective today. So he is going to continue to work on through till the end of the year. So that is that. And let's see. Other than that, Matt, I know you filed an MS4 report. Do you want to start with that before we go into the resolution?
Well, that was the beginning of the month. Last
I'm
meeting I
so
filed the report.
sorry.
That's okay.
Well,
No, skipping us like
you have to realize, yes, I am on a lag here.
Two meetings in one.
But if
Yeah.
I could, I'd like to update the board on some of the vacants that we
Okay, if
completed.
you would.
We completed the asbestos surveys on the two parcels that we were considering after that public hearing at Seventh Place and Broadway. We should get results some point this week so that we can turn around and submit an RFP for the demo contractor. And we're working with that to get that finalized. 15 Elliott Court, as you see, was referred to the Western New York Law Center for possible litigation for their service provider not registering the property with the Department of Financial Services.
Okay.
And then It must be the season for the vacant properties, because there's been a number of inquiries from maintenance companies as to what permitting requirements are to rehab a lot of these buildings that have been kind of lying dormant for a while. It's a good sign.
Okay. Did you see the email that I sent with regard to the zombie properties?
I saw that late today, yes.
Yes,
We can
and
walk through that.
I'm not sure how to even contact this person other than by way of email,
Mhm.
which I did reply by way of email.
Okay.
But their login, the
Yeah,
login experience was bizarre,
I
to say the least.
I didn't read the response from them, but what I tried to do was log in and create a password, and I wasn't able to because I'm not.
Because you're not me. And so, okay, so sometime tomorrow, perhaps we
Sure.
could, the two of us attempt to log in, because with the whole process that I went through, I was able to create a user ID, and that's where it ended.
Right.
And that's when I told you this is bizarre, because they didn't even ask for a
There
password.
was a contact
So-
email that you submitted, and it was my email, so I
Correct.
got the prompt
So
to
you got it.
get the password, and then it would let me log in.
Okay.
So we'll go
So,
through that.
okay, very good. So before the end of the week, at least we'll get that done. Okay, all righty. Technology is great when it works. Okay. Anybody else have anything before we go into the resolutions? No? Resolution 1, minutes. Resolution 2 is the audited claims again. The building permits, we have a total of 28, 22 in the town outside and 6 in the village of Lancaster. Resolution 4 is, this is the standard resolution that we do every year, and we have done it for decades, just so that we can move the funds from the under-expended accounts into the over-expended accounts, so that, you know, we can get them into balance before the end of the year. Resolution number 5 is to close out the capital projects, and we do that again at the end of, generally at the end of the year. Resolution 6, Adam.
6, 7, and 8 are just renewals for sale.
Sales
jobs.
tax.
Yeah.
That is nothing for that.
And 9 is dumping permit. I know that the property at 18 Westwood had some deficiencies, but he has taken care of all those in his application, right? Because that's been going on for a couple months
Yeah, he
now.
cleaned up what he's proposing.
Right,
So it's not negotiable.
exactly.
And just for clarification, his mailing address is Westwood, the property is actually paid in.
That's correct, I know. And you can see it, you really can't see it from Westwood, and, because I've been up there myself, so, yes. And it's pretty much right across from Nicker.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, resolution 10 is, the particular drainage issues. Thanks, Kevin, for working on this. So this is the transit apartments with the issues with the neighbors to the east. It's pretty much the north and the east, isn't it? So thanks for taking care of that. And let's see here, the record storage center. So that, Diane, do you want to go over with the board again, just to refresh their memory on the storage center and the shelving?
Well, we're
that
running
is
out
the
of space. We're running out of
Right.
space. Certain documents, certain records have to stay forever. So we have
Perpetuity,
perpetuity, so
right.
we can't get rid of them as much as we'd like to. We're really good about getting rid of the ones that we can. So with Michelle's incredible help and Ed's with the bid for the shelving, it's really coming along. I went out there today. The doors to the one hallway are completely gone. They've opened up the one whole wall. So the room was open. It was actually 2 rooms. So the separating room this way, the wall, that's gone. The heating guy is just finishing up, he told me. There's a few little things Michelle said, maybe paint, and then basically wash the floor. We're really getting this at a great price because we're doing a lot of the work in-house.
Right.
And the building was already there. And so we're gonna have enough room for quite a while.
Right.
I'm very excited about it. After the first of the year, I will order the shelving. They have them in stock, so we should get all the boxes that are in the Old Town Attorney's office that are being stacked up there. Hopefully in January or beginning of
Right.
February, we'll get them out of there and go forward.
Very good.
And I have to say too, that the electric, Fry's all completed with all the electric work there. And Dan and Doug from the highway department did a lot of that work
Did they?
also. So I want to commend them
Right.
to it too. Just so we're on the same
Looks
page.
great.
For
Right.
documentation purposes, can we issue a building permit and get some inspections done to verify the work that was done? Please?
We want to delay it? Is that what we want to do?
I don't want to delay it. I just want to get this thing documented so that any changes that were made to this building.
Yeah, well, you
are
can
on the
issue a
report.
building permit as soon as they come in, right?
Absolutely.
So,
And we'll verify the
That won't
work,
delay
you
anything.
know, and close the thing up and get it done and dot the i's and cross the t's.
So should I come in or should Michelle go in?
Well, what are we going to need for a building permit first? You want a design diagram? Is that what you
The
want?
diagrams.
That's what we have to do that
and,
first. We have to do that first, then we'll get it to you, that's
The
all.
scope of work.
The guys measured out and give it to you.
Heating work, does it comply with the energy code? Does it meet the standards for the fire code? That's why we're here. So please, if you could submit it, we'll turn it around quickly and get you what you need.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Resolution number 12 is the SHUP agreement for a 2-year extension of their agreement to provide consulting engineering services to the town. Resolution 13 is, let's see here. This, I went over Resolution 13 here with the police chief, and this is, the state of New York adopted, effective January 1st of 2020, what they're calling bail reform, as well as, let's see here, as well as discovery reform. And the police chief has some concerns about how this is going to affect his being able to, well, probably no longer collect bail for any.
That's correct. Yeah,
Any
the
offenses?
Police department is out of bail business.
Right.
After January 1st.
Got it.
So only a judge can set bail, and even his ability to set bail is very limited
Right.
under this new law.
And not only have I had a conversation with the police chief, but the Association of Erie County Governments also has had virtually every town in Erie County, town or village, consider at least to adopt this legislation, asking the state of New York to reconsider it. So this is just a memorializing resolution requesting that they give this some further attention and thought, and we'll see if it goes anywhere. So, Resolution 14, Anna.
Just renewal for oil car wash, special use permit 1516 for Greg's Tree Service.
Seventeen is on the site plan here for the church. Let's see here. For the Lovejoy Church on Genesee Street. Resolution 18 is to approve the contracts with the 4 fire departments. That would be Bowmansville, Mill Grove, Twin District, and Town Line Fire Departments. And we had the public hearing on that 2 meetings ago. So, does anybody have any questions about that? It's a 5-year contract. And the historical building, the former Fanny Potter Eaton home on Clark Street here. This, we all got the email from Mary Jo. I don't know, is Mary Jo here? She doesn't appear to be here. From Mary Jo, she had someone donate to her a very large scanner that she needed additional space for. So she has asked if we could designate one of the rooms that the Historical Society uses for storage, if we could dedicate that to her so that she would be able to start scanning a lot of documents that are, you know, map-sized documents, so.
Well, she can scan this piece of equipment,
Mhm.
it's 50-inch, and
Right.
it can scan things as small as a business card as well as.
As a large document.
So this is going to aid in taking a lot of the old documentation and being able to.
Mhm.
bring it
So,
to-
some of it, you know, it's, I'm sure, yellowing and browning and very, very fragile. So the more you touch it, you know, the more you get oils on it.
There's photos that
more
are
it deteriorates.
deteriorating and so
Right.
forth, that,
So-
it's going to become a very important piece. for her.
Right. So, Resolution 20 is for the on-site drug testing. We've been doing this for the last few years. Dan, how long were you doing it out there? Maybe 4 years
At least 4 or
with
5
this group?
Yeah, 4 or 5
Yeah.
years. What it is with them is they come to us rather than me sending the guys to West Seneca. So it
So-
saves us a lot of time.
They come and they do random drug testing now. Of course, anybody with, the DOT requires that certain drivers, it's mandatory that they get this testing. We've expanded it somewhat to, you know, several additional ones. Obviously, all of this had to be negotiated also within their contracts, but the state of New York and the DOT does require this alcohol and drug testing. So, and as Dan said, it saves a lot of time rather than him selecting somebody to go out to get drug tested. That they just come, it's random, they come and they will do the testing on site. So it's worked out well.
And what's the difference between the one that was filed?
The date.
Oh, I'm sorry, the date, yes. Yeah, the original, the pre-filed one,
Yeah.
if you look at the third whereas,
Yep.
right, it says December 16, it should say January 1,
Gotcha,
2020.
thanks.
Resolution 21 is just the budget amendments to get money, you know, we receive a number of grants, et cetera, throughout the year, and a number of those accounts need to be increased by that particular amount, and then the expenditures going out of it. So that's what some of it is. Others, municipal refuse, we never had a particular line for the town's garbage to be picked up. We now have that particular line, so it's broken out from the regular residential garbage pickup. So that's a new line item, and it's just shifting to, you know, a new line item. Parking lot. Michelle had some parking lot work done on resurfacing out at Pavement Road and at Keza Park, right?
Correct.
So, you know, that is in there. So it's just a number of those items, putting the money where it belongs. Let's see here. The resolution 22 is the neg deck for Northeast diversification out on Ransom Road, 954 Ransom Road. And resolution 23 is to approve the site plan for that same project. 24, Ron.
24 is your name.
Yeah, on the agenda, but the resolution's actually yours.
It's just highway piece of equipment.
Right. Dan, did you want to talk
Yeah,
about that?
we're trading in a piece of equipment on that. There was money left over in the bond, so that's where we purchased it.
Got it. And resolution 25 is, an agreement, the police chief has been working with the Department of Justice, and I did send that agreement out to the board, so I think did you all have a chance to look at it? Any questions? Okay. And then last but not least is the suspended resolution for the white collar contract. That is that. Like 12 minutes ago.
Job control.
Dog control, that's right, Jean.
Yes,
Where's Jean?
I'm here.
Jean, I'm sorry, I didn't even see you back there.
It's
Okay.
okay, I'm quiet for once.
Okay.
I just wanted to know if we are moving forward with, for a grant writer, because I don't know who to apply or to talk to anymore. As far as I know, I talked to Sue Barnes, she's not gonna be completing the grant, I needed direction.
Yes, so did Sue send you the list of everything that you need to get?
She sent it to Ed and Adam, and I had one thing off of that list to do.
Okay, so all of that information needs to be gathered and then provided to your grant writer, because regardless of who writes the grant, that's information that's required to be contained within that application.
And when
So-
will that be provided to me?
Will the information be provided to
When will
you?
it be provided?
Well, you will have to gather it. So,
How am I gonna gather this? I mean, I don't even know half of this stuff.
I guess my concern is Sue Barnes is pretty much on a payroll till the end of the year.
she's not on the payroll, no.
Well, she's being paid as the grant writer through the end of the year. I don't understand why she would not help with this.
Well, because
This
the
is
grant
due.
application is in January.
Yeah.
So,
It's due in
right.
January, it could be done now.
Right, but the department head is the one who gathers all the information for grants. So everything that Sue said that you need to get is what you need to have. I don't have that list here.
I have it in front of me.
Okay,
A detailed project estimates, who do I go to for that?
Ed?
I'm putting that together.
Okay,
I have
Okay.
plans and the estimate will be done.
Right,
okay, and when,
I figure by sometime first week in January, they should be finished.
okay, and so who is gonna move on? Who are we providing this information to then?
well, Ed will provide it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
who
That's
will
what
I
we're trying
provide
to
it?
figure out is who's gonna write the grant.
Right. and that's
Can
what-
we have an option, and it's gonna cost about $2,500 to have this woman do it.
So Ed and I have been, well, Ed put out RFPs. Wednesday's the final call date. Hopefully we have a grant writer by Thursday. Now, the backup plan is, obviously, we don't want to lose this grant.
Right.
So I would think that this person that we bring on can't do that in that time frame. I don't know, is 3 days gonna hurt bringing this, who's talking to this person? This third party person?
I am. She can't tell us a date until I provide her with this
The
information.
Right, so. I mean, is it gonna take 6 weeks to do, is it gonna take 2?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm
I mean, my
saying?
stuff is just, I mean, my stuff's kind of an attachment.
I mean,
right?
did we miss the
It's not-
deadline already?
No,
She
we
gets
missed
ready
the
further
deadline.
information
No.
besides that.
But the work that
Any
has to be
criteria,
done.
any more
I
criteria?
don't know, I mean, my stuff
Is
my
that,
stuff
is that all the
attachment.
criteria?
There's
That's what
plans,
Sue
here's the
Barnes has
estimate.
given me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the criteria. So at least, okay, so we have one thing on the list, basically, that Ed will provide.
Yeah, like I said, that's just attached to the grant.
Sure.
There's a drawing.
Correct,
exactly,
drawing
right,
estimate.
yeah.
And if you have everything by the
Everybody
first
grant
week of the year, then the new grant writer should be able to run with it.
Right.
What, is that gonna be enough time? What's the date?
This is
January?
not an easy grant to write. I know a lot of municipalities have
You
lost
think that's
this.
enough time?
I don't want to speak for the grant writer, but I would think so. If they have everything.
Well, that's the thing,
Right.
we'd have to sit, the decision we can make Thursday. I would think, we're gonna bring somebody on board, let them make the call. If not, we don't want to lose this grant.
Right.
So if this grant writer states, you know what, this is too cumbersome, or not, I can't come on board with, then we're gonna have to pay the money
Okay.
and not lose the grant. I mean, that's as simple as that. But, to my point, why spend $2,500 to $3,500 without giving the new grant writer the opportunity, you know, to do the work that they're gonna be paid for?
Yeah, I
So
agree.
in the interim, you need to get all of the information. So you need to find out what it is that you need.
Makes sense.
Obviously, Ed can get you the design. What else do you need?
A list of construction materials, detailed floor plan, letters to support from municipal government.
So you'll have to get
town partners
those.
or
Right.
collaborates
Right.
with ongoing basis, justify equipment purchases. I'm not qualified to do any of this.
Well, you need to get letters from other,
And I could do that if people point me in their direction, but when I have
well, the
several
Village
emails
of
that go
Lancaster,
unanswered.
the
Why don't
Village
you-
of Lancaster, the
Why don't
Village
you
of
pass me
Lakeview.
some information, and I'll have the mayor write a supporting letter from the village.
Okay.
Right.
So we're not really ready for grant writer right now.
No, you aren't. You
Yeah.
need
So
to
we-
get all of
Right.
this
We have
together.
a few days to make a decision.
Yeah.
But the backup plan obviously would be to, if you're hung up on things, let's get people involved and assist you.
Yeah, so my, emails just, they go unanswered most of the time.
Well, Sue provided you with the list of everything that
She
you
did.
need. So
Absolutely.
what you need to, and I will be more than happy to tell you who to go to get that, letters of support. Certainly if you have, you might have some dog groups that might be able to give you a supporting letter. You definitely should get letters of support from the Village of Lancaster and the Village of Depew. That will carry a lot of weight. And, you know, you can just call the mayors, or Dawn said
I'll facilitate.
she'll facilitate it for you, okay? So, okay, but gather all of that up. You're going to need to get an agreement from whichever grant writer it is that the town intends to hire. You need an agreement from them before technically you can hire them. That doesn't mean that you can't talk with them and start to get the, continue to get all the information that you need so that you're ready to hit the ground running when you have a grant writer.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Mhm. Very good. Anyone else? 4 minutes.
Any idea where you want to put that?
I was thinking that vacant lot across from that old radio club, that's the only thing that's grass left over there.
No, that's our storage building.
I thought our storage building